So it's looking like the fight between Keyshawn the Businessman Davis and Edwin De Los Santos is off. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I could just do this all day. The two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Check it out, man. We thought we was going to have a fight for July, a fight between Keyshawn the Businessman Davis and Edwin De Los Santos. It's looking like it's not going to be happening. And for financial reasons, Edwin De Los Santos walked away from negotiations because of the purse being offered was something that he wasn't looking for. He was in negotiations with Frank the Ghost Martin. He's supposed to be fighting Frank the Ghost Martin. He saw a better opportunity at a world title shot and to make more money by fighting Keyshawn Davis. Now he opted out of that fight as well. But we got to take a look back. The last time we seen Edwin De Los Santos was in November of 2023. November of 2023, that was 2 years ago since he last fought, and it was in a lackluster performance against Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson already fought, had surgery, and everything since then. Edwin De Los Santos has been on the sideline, on the outside looking in. In comes the fight with Keyshawn Davis, becomes the WBO lightweight champion, gives him a title shot, the dangerous Dominican power puncher, Edwin De Los Santos. Now, it's being rumored that he turned down $400K, right? And it says here from Stephen Kim. So did Edwin De Los Santos really turn down $400K for a fight with Keyshawn Davis? Let's see. He's been inactive. Quote, last fight was in November of 2023 and an unknown to the casual fan. Yeah, they really have all the leverage here. I'm sure they have at least 4 or 5 better offers. He's being sarcastic, right? Because let's be honest, what offers do he really have? He was in negotiations with Frank the Ghost Martin prior to Keyshawn, seeing the Keyshawn situation as a better, more lucrative situation because it's being a title shot and you're fighting Keyshawn Davis. Much better fight on paper. Fight monetary-wise and just career-wise. It was a better move. They didn't like the money. Now, it's alleged to be $400,000, but now you got some people saying that he pulled out of the fight because Keyshawn Davis lowballed him. They saying that he was offered $200,000 for a fight with Keyshawn Davis, a world title shot. $200,000. He wasn't trying to. $200,000. He wasn't trying to see that. But we gotta take a look, bro. You haven't been in the ring since 2023, and if you don't fight sometime this summer, this fight was being targeted for July, I believe. If you don't fight sometime soon, it's going to be 3 years since you last fought, bro. And the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. If you turn down $200,000, looking at it from a business aspect, he would have to pay his manager, his trainer, his promoter, the taxes. He probably would have been left with about $90,000, maybe $100,000, maybe $125,000, something crazy like that, right? If the $200,000 was the real offer. And in my opinion, a world title fight in boxing should be no less than $400,000, $500,000, depending on who the fighter is, where he's at in his career, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It should be no less than $400,000, depending on who he is, right? Edwin De Los Santos walking away from $200,000, hasn't been in the ring for 2 years, so that means he hasn't been really working in 2 years. You would think that he'll hop on his opportunity, beat Keyshawn Davis if he felt like he could really beat him, and then in the rematch, he could demand the higher purse, right? Because Keyshawn Davis don't owe De Los Santos anything. He's just an opponent that has a somewhat of a name. He's a dangerous opponent, and he'll be a good opponent to add to Keyshawn Davis's resume. It's not necessarily a fight that Keyshawn have to take, right? It's not one of those situations. Now, I'm looking at Keyshawn. What's next for Keyshawn? I say go ahead and see if Ray Murataya wants to fight now. Because we know Tank Davis is tied up with Lamont Roach. Shakur Stevenson is looking to get Zepeda in the ring. So, because that fight has been mandated by the WBC. So, Keyshawn Davis, there's no Lomachenko in the picture right now. So, the best option for him would be Frank the Ghost Martin. That would be another good option for Keyshawn right now. Other than that, Edwin De Los Santos, Ray Murataya, some of those guys that's lingering around the top of the division, not necessarily world champions, but they number one contenders in respective sanction bodies, they should be getting a shot next. Edwin De Los Santos, if he don't want the smoke, I don't know what else to tell him. I would have thought that De Los Santos would have took this fight, considering he's been out of the ring for a while. This is a really, really good opportunity to make some money and to get your momentum back. You know, but 200,000. One got to question, like, is that really the number that was offered? Right? Is that the number that was really offered? Because a part of me feels like it was a low ball. It is kind of a low ball. But another part of me feels like, man, you haven't been in the ring in a while. You got to kind of get some shit going. This is a hell of an opportunity. Luckily for you, it's a world title shot. Most guys can't come off a 2-year layoff and hop right in there for a world title shot. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that come with it, but he probably wanted a little bit more. I'm not quite sure. But Keyshawn Davis, what's next for him? I say he should go after some of the other top guys. Lomachenko's out. Shakur Stevenson's out. Gervonta Tank Davis is out. So he's got to face guys like Frank the Ghost Martin and Ray Muirtaya. But tell me what you guys think. Keyshawn Davis, Edwin De Los Santos. The fight is off. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.